Alrighty, Dr. J, you're up.
Okay. It seems to me that one of the great values of having goals and objectives is, to be quite honest, it helps you realize how you fail. And it helps you recognize how you need to improve. Often it's easier to just not think about those things. You know, we don't have to worry about the accountability and the responsibility we have to make corrections. But by laying out clear objectives and goals on the front end, we have something to assess ourselves by. And it seems to me, sometimes although it's difficult to face, it can be a valuable thing.
Outcomes are what everything is based on, and they must be measurable outcomes.
And timely, and they have to be achievable. And we've got this whole thing, timely, achievable, smart goals.
The biggest point is you must make them measurable. You cannot just say, I want to do this. I will, the student will
demonstrate correct techniques of.
With action verbs and but that is all of nursing education right now.
And you can never use the word
focus.
Understand or learn. No. Because you can't measure those. So those are just out the door. And it guides what you're teaching. So here's your outcome, and it says the student will do this. And then all of our teaching strategies are designed to help them get to that outcome.
And all your assessments are there to go and measure that outcome. So in so many different ways, if you have a learning outcome, you must have some, and your goals to get there, you must have some way to measure that you actually accomplish the goal or accomplish the outcome. And then that's the way you're doing your statistics on whether or not you're effective.
Mm-hmm. So you start out with the outcome, and then that drives your curriculum, it drives the content that you're doing, it drives your assessment technologies, whether it's a written test or whether it's psychomotor testing, all those assessment things, it drives that, and then the final on how effective.
So in the School of Business, it is very important to have goals, objectives, and outcomes, because really it all comes down to the fact that we just want more money. And if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to get there.
I'm Fred Sutton. I'm an accounting instructor at NNU, and I think one of the importance of outcomes in accounting is to basically have the goal set for where you want to head to. For every one of our students, it's important to find where they want to go, how they want to get there, and then guide them to where they want to go. And so that's the outcomes that I'm looking for. Yes, they're putting on the syllabus, but we also want to look for what's important to them, where they want to head.
I teach in the Counselor Education Department here at Northwest Nazarene University, and I can tell you no one in the world has better students than we do. Our students are naturally good-hearted, caring, hardworking clinicians who are incredibly focused on helping their clients in any way they can. So we go over and over the idea that goals, in order to be effective, to help people get from where they are to where they want to be, need to be measurable, they need to be based on the person writing the goal, they need to be succinct and very clear, they need to be stated in positives. That's one of the hardest. Stated in what the client does want and not what the client doesn't want. They need to state the desired outcome and not what the client sees as the process of getting to the outcome. For example, working through grief is the process, but what's going to be on the other side of that grief? What do they want their life to look like, and how will they know when they're there? When students can start leading clients through those kinds of questions and setting those kinds of goals, it's amazing. The objectives, the desired outcomes become so clear, and the pieces of counseling start to fall into place, which help their caring and their hard work be extremely effective in supporting the client toward reaching the client's goals.